Hello there, everyone. Today, my informational speech will be about healthy versus unhealthy countries. Now, after doing research, I was a bit surprised that America was not the most unhealthiest country and the most healthy country that I was able to find through research. So, the most unhealthy country that I was able to find is Czech Republic. And what makes them the most unhealthiest country is due to the fact that they are known as the world's biggest boozers. They average about 13.2 liters of alcohol per day per person. They also are 11th on the list for most tobacco consumption, which was a surprise. Another country that followed them was Russia. Now, what makes Russia come in second to them is due to the fact that Russian population typically spend more of their life sick than healthy, which was a surprise also. They also are the biggest, have the biggest population of cardiovascular disease, which is no good. And finally, something that was really weird to me was that by 2050, their population is expected to go from 143 million to 100 million by my research. So that's what has them sitting in that second spot. Now, the third spot belongs to Salvia. And what has Salvia in them sitting in that third spot is due to the fact that they are the world's sixth most consumption of tobacco, which that pretty much means they are sixth overall when it comes to consuming tobacco. And that's no good. And they average about 2,637 cigarettes a year per person. So it might not seem like a lot, but that's a lot when all your population is averaging that. So now the fourth spot belongs to a smaller company known as Belarus. What has Belarus in this spot is due to the fact that they have a lot of non-communicable diseases that spread that kill a lot of people. Also, they came in second for both tobacco and alcohol consumption. And to finalize it all off, they are a very polluted country, which makes them no better at all. Now, the country we all been waiting for, I want to know the most information about was the United States. Now, the United States didn't come in fifth, but I thought it was important that, we talked about the United States. The United States actually finished 10th on the list. They were the only non-Europe country to finish in the top 10. All the other countries in the top 10 of unhealthy were in Europe. Now, what had the United States in that position is first, their abuse rate was actually at 34% or 33.9%. And I have a graph to go along with it that I'm going to show you here. The graph to go along with what I was saying briefly about the United States. As you can see, I have another paper of it, but pretty much, I know it's kind of hard to see from the camera angle, but obviously the United States is here at 33.9. Euro was the most obese country at 78.5% of their population was obese, which was a surprise also. Um, and that was the main thing that I caught about the United States and which had them in that position. And those were the five most healthiest countries that I wanted to talk about. Now, we are moving and shifting, transitioning to the healthy countries. The country that came in first and was the most healthiest country out of all of them was Italy. And the reason that Italy was the most healthiest country was due to the fact that a lot of their babies are expected to live to the age of 80, which is a good thing. Good. Also, they have a lot of Mediterranean foods, which are good and some of the healthiest meals that you can get that I also found out. So their thoughts on there. And another thing that was surprisingly, but was a good thing, was the fact that they spend a lot of time with their family and friends, which helps them stay a lot healthier on the other side, not necessarily food or anything like that. But that's also a healthy thing that could be very helpful. Now, the second most healthiest country that I was able to find was Iceland. The first thing that I found on Iceland was that a lot of their people hit the gym a lot because it's so cold in Iceland that they hit the gym a lot to avoid the cold, which is a healthy part. Also, a lot of their foods come with lamb and other good stuff like that. And to top it all off, a lot of their products are locally produce, which is a good thing, because a lot of other places, even here in the United States, some of the things you eat are, Michigan made or Indiana made. It's all over processed and made. There's a lot of things that's one country, but there's our most of their stuff are locally processed and given to their. So yeah, the third most healthiest country that I was able to find was Singapore. Um, the reason why Singapore's in this position is because a lot of their healthcare and stuff like that is in good shape. They are also expected to spend more million dollars to put into their healthcare, which is a good thing. Um, Also, their meals look a lot like a lot of carbohydrate, a lot of things of that nature that makes their meals a lot good and better, and for them to be a lot healthier. And to top it all off, only 14% of their adults smoke. That's pretty good. I know I'm not talking about in general, but for only 14% of their adults to smoke, that is a pretty good population. There was two other countries that I did a little research on, but I think we got most of what we wanted to discover and also find out. I do also have another graph to show you guys. And here goes the graph to go along with what I was saying. Have a little other stuff on the top, but you know, obviously we have on this one, I had Singapore edging Italy by 89.5. Italy is coming in second, Australia in third, Switzerland in fourth, Japan in fifth, Israel sixth, Spain in seventh, Netherlands in eighth, and they're all with their different photographs. Now, the better ones will be coming out as I attach it to my document, but as far as like I like to draw it out, give you guys a little bit because obviously I can't give you guys the picture, but I can give you a little bit of drawings that I do have, So that's it for me, and that's what I discovered. And I hope that we found a little bit out and hope it was helpful. Thanks.